Hey neighbors, the handyman here with Initiative Coffee Company, and we are back with this week's episode, albeit 13 minutes late because of technical problems, of Initiative Coffee Company presents In the Red, starring some folks with a debt on their names that I think they've just decided not to deal with it, if I'm honest. How's that? That doesn't work at all. Yeah. You didn't know? It's called In the Red. What did you expect? It checks out. That's all right. Morty, Jake didn't put all the pieces together till like the season finale, so of season one. So you subscribe. It's true. Because you ruined his sacred artifacts. Yeah. Maybe. Also, presumably he. Oh, they haven't picked up any of that because I had you guys on mute, but that's fine. We were recapping. Eustace Clodbottom is a bad dude. They owe him money. They don't necessarily know where he is. Enix was confused because he didn't know that the whole debt thing was a debt thing until very later on. Morty also didn't know that until the end of season one, so Enix shouldn't feel bad.
Wait, what?
I think you're all caught up.
I didn't not know that we were in the red. I'm just...
You didn't know that's why the show was called In the Red.
No, I completely did. What?
The season finale, you made a comment on stream. Oh, that's why it's called In the Red. I get it.
I feel like I'm being attacked.
Could be.
To be fair, I made
That
that
was
same
last
comment out
episode by
loud,
the
but
empowered, disempowered me.
I put myself on mute to say that out loud to myself.
All right.
Oh.
So, last time on In the Red, our heroes worked out some kind of weird deal with a Warforged named Torg, left Greenhaven, the bastion of the once were Emerald Blades, and headed back toward Wind's Hollow, only to be attacked by some sort of Death Knight that has a vendetta against Morty, but no one can quite figure out why.
Nothing new there, honestly.
It's Morty problems.
What did you do, Morty?
What didn't I do?
I will give you clues. You all were involved. You all could have put a stop to this, but
Oh, yeah.
Maybe
I'm
he was
pretty
just,
sure
I
we
was
let
the
it
most
happen.
easy target.
Oh, hold up. You all? Meaning NX too?
yep.
I'm gonna blame NX.
Everyone blames me all day long at work.
Yep.
Hey, NX.
This is getting
This-
far too real right now.
It's your fault.
This is starting to feel like work now. Hold on, guys.
I gotta go.
You guys are headed back to Wind's Hollow. Is there anything you need to do on your way to your safe haven city? The only one you currently have.
We can have more.
I mean, you have to get there.
I feel like Brian's
And,
just trying to insinuate he's
establish
done with Wind's
bases.
Hollow.
Hmm?
He's tired of dealing with Wind's Hollow and
Well,
the garbage
no,
that
we-
is happening there.
Oh, I'm sorry. You entered Wind's Hollow.
Yeah,
You
and
noticed
there's a-
there was a carnival nearby.
Oh
That's-
Yep,
yeah.
The circus is setting up. Beyond that,
I was able to sneak in that it was somewhat miraculous of a carnival.
sure.
Yeah.
You know what we could do, guys? Just hear me out. We could offload a lot of Chimera meat here.
It's
I thought we told Veruca to stop.
We can lie.
it's been a few weeks.
Yeah, it has been a few weeks.
Does
Probably have
that
to get rid of
make
that
it
shit.
less magical? I don't know.
No, because it's no longer
It's
being
now spoiled.
dental. It's spoiled.
Let's talk about the carnival for a second, though. Is there like a magical tilt-a-whirl over there or something?
It's still being set up, so it looks like the
Oh.
like lead team is there. There's like 2 or 3 people just setting up like big tents on the northeast side of town.
Is it within the walls?
That's like on
No,
the
no, it's
opposite side
outside.
where we're
It's
coming.
outside of the town, kind of like in the shadow of.
I think we should go into town and make sure that like Mayor Ornath and the others know that we're still around, we're still okay.
I mean, it's only
Check
been a
on
couple
Veruca,
weeks.
let Baron say hi to his sister.
Hasn't it only
mean-
been like 2 weeks?
We can also ask them what's going on with the carnival instead of just
Yes.
going up to the carnival. We know that Roscoe is practicing in barns that are probably nearby where the carnival is, so he may
So the
have
barns that
gotten an
Roscoe is using are to the northwest along the road.
Oh,
So presumably that is a relatively safe endeavor, but who
okay.
knows? It's a magical
But-
world.
But
That's
I
assuming
think
they're still there.
Roscoe or the carnival?
The
or the
barns.
Oh,
The
yeah.
barns.
I suppose they could have
Oh.
burnt down. It is a
Yeah.
very dangerous fungus.
Yeah, we will never know. I just think that gathering intel from the town, in case
I
if
agree.
this is something that's a regular occurrence, is a good idea.
Okay.
Like,
But
what
Yeah,
it's
what
a
that's
little
are
unusual for the carnival to be outside the city walls if it's for the city.
I think that's actually
do
pretty.
you
I think
remember
that checks
the
out though.
city? There's 2 streets.
It's true. It's a very small town.
Well, right. Well, okay. I would like to speak to the mayor too to find out like why is there a carnival that, from the sound of it, has more people than there are people that live in this town.
Yeah, because the rest of the people are
They
sort.
probably have more children. Yeah.
I don't know. You only see 2 or 3 people like around the carnival tents.
Yeah.
Despite being 2 blocks, there are like about 50 to 60 people that live in town,
Yeah.
and then the town
And then
also
merchants.
services like the rural community,
Yeah.
and then merchants come through a lot too. So,
And flying swords. They also serve as flying
and honestly,
No.
like
No, flying swords are.
swords. I'm out.
Go ahead, Brian. Andy, go.
I was gonna say something, but I want to wait, so it's fine.
Ooh. So yeah, like maybe Macy or Gerald knows about stuff and whatnot, but I think Mayor Ornath's like just reporting back to him what's going on. Ask him how Bluebeard's doing, if he's perished or not. I think how the civil service is going, how he thinks about the miraculously built fences and walls.
Is that where you want to go first?
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. To answer your question, yes.
To answer my
Yeah,
question or his question?
Your Brian's question.
I was gonna say
I-
you
I
always
agree.
want to listen to Jake's questions before you answer them.
Okay.
That's a good point. So in our history of being alive, is just the idea of a circus foreign to us? Is there a circus that just travels around? Why the hell are they in Winds Hollow? Like, is that like the natural because we're like starting because like the roads have started opening back up?
You get that general idea, right? Like traveling circuses are not altogether uncommon. They used to be very popular throughout kind of all of the realms, including Bell. However, Bell has been closed to trade and commerce for 10 years. So
Yeah.
you get the general idea that the circus is probably in town because they can be now. That they've made their way this way because they feel like there's an opportunity to make some money. You're not
I
really
guess
sure.
that is true. We do have all of the ex-convicts starting to work for us. We could do we could do
Yes, Gorilla Morty.
team building outing.
Just some, like,
We
trust
bring
falls
everybody
and
to
whatnot,
the damn.
Oh, and we all have to like practice being Cirque du Soleil performers and stuff.
Nope,
I've got
it's
really
just
good
gonna-
acrobats.
Nope,
Thank
was
you
just
for
gonna.
the subscription Slayer links.
I was gonna suggest we just do team building in terms of we just go to the circus.
Oh,
Oh.
like a company outing more than
company
a team
outing.
rather than team bonding versus team building.
I
Come on,
guess.
that's some think quick events later. So,
But
but
I agree
let-
with Spit that I would like to know more. I would like to know if this is a sanctioned event. Like I want to know
Yeah.
what events led up to
well,
that
there-
being here.
there's that, and we have lots of things to report over to Mayor
Yes.
Ornette, such as the importance of us making sure that we set up a nice space for these sheep that we have, and to set up a regular shearing schedule. To be able to, you know, make fine clothing out of that stuff and whatnot. And maybe we could get like a sketch artist to be able to draw the sheep really happy so we could show it over to number one so that he's convinced that we're taking good care of him. I don't know if cameras exist. I don't know yet. But we also need to let them know. We need to talk to Anton as well. Maybe ask Mayor Ornette
Wait.
if he knows about Green Haven.
What about the fact we cleared out Goldhome? You probably shouldn't mention that to Mayor Ornette.
Oh shit!
Too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Ooh. So,
Oh yeah,
That's right.
we did spend 2 or 3 episodes
It's
Ooh,
doing
been a
dirty
while.
that.
words.
Yeah.
Oh goodness, how droll.
No, yeah, we should let him know about that. And then we should ask him, like, we should get him up to date. Before we go to Mayor Ornette, I do think that I don't think Baron needs to join us for Mayor Ornette if he's particularly interested in seeing how his sister is doing. I don't want to keep him separated from family.
As soon as you guys
long.
like got into town, he started heading off toward.
Okay,
I like the
good.
idea where he just
Yeah.
pieced out. He's like, "All right, bye guys. If you need
More
me,
or less,
you know where
like,
to find
you know
me."
where
Well,
to
I
find
mean,
me. Like you pay me to
exactly.
be there, so
Well,
peace.
let's be
Literally, am an employee.
We haven't acknowledged his existence in a couple of episodes, so
No, we have. We just
have.
in a
Passively.
non-NPC. It's so he does not become a combatant.
I was
Now
gonna
that-
say,
now
we
that we're
acknowledge
playing
his
with the-
existence.
The Wizard of Winds Hollow, known as Dimitri Ormex. Don't look behind any curtains; it'll be bad news. You'll just be
Right.
disappointed.
Don't look.
No, but yeah.
No,
Don't
don't.
make dumb
don't
visual
help.
effects.
All right. So yeah, Mayor Ornette, stop number 1.
All right. You guys
All right.
easily head over,
All right.
and he is sitting. You know, you enter the office, like the town business level of his estate, and he's hard at work, administrating business for the town, as it were. He kind of looks up as you enter. So, you've been missing for a while. We thought the worst had occurred, but here you are.
I like the idea he's like kind of annoyed with us, like not in a bad way. He's like, oh, we thought the worst occurred, and he's like, but you're still here, and it's like,
No, we're here. So boy, do we have a lot to tell you about, because there were some close calls. But and
Mostly
yes,
for Morty. Mostly just for Morty.
Mostly, yeah. Well, I mean, we had
I, like, died,
we
like,
all
3
had a
times.
close call. So we went up and investigated Goldhome. No one's there anymore. And it's been
No,
that way
I
for a
didn't-
while.
I didn't expect anyone was.
Yeah, I mean, well, we wanted to check and make
I
sure.
feel like
there were all these-
I feel like I told you that there was probably nobody there when you were
Yeah,
like,
but
hey,
we're
what
here to
about Goldhome? And I
confirm
was
that.
like, yeah, I think everybody's been dead there for a while, and you were like, yeah, but we're gonna check, and I was like, no, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
oh, I didn't ask.
But there were a bunch of shadows there, like ghosty people. And
Oh, jeez.
yeah, exactly. And we were really concerned about that too. We heard like children laughing and then a big boom, and then they were crying and screaming, and we were like, that can't be good. We met this awesome guy who seemed to have a whole bunch of moms and who are dead now. It's true, don't laugh, it's a way of living. And he told us a whole bunch about what was going up in Goldhome. So we went and investigated and looked in the mine.
Who was this awesome guy? I thought you said everybody was dead.
He's not in
It-
Goldhome.
Yeah, he's out in the outskirts of Goldhome,
Oh, who is this guy?
in a little shack. His name is Corbin.
Corbin.
Yeah,
It's a house surrounded.
And he's
by
got
the
a
tiniest
bear
creek
named
you've ever
Rope.
seen.
He's
yeah,
got a
Roberto.
bear named Roberto. That's a terrible name for a bear. Who would come up with such a ridiculous
no, it's
name?
a bearable name. But I mean,
It's a bear.
It's bearable.
what?
Can we pause for a second?
This is getting grisly. Let's just keep going. Just push through.
It's your sign. So
Go.
what?
I have
So-
places I could be. Like in bed.
This bear conversation is too polarizing.
It's true.
Oh,
Oh,
Right.
quick question. That kind of is like a pullback.
Is it
but-
about qualifications? Because I don't.
No, actually, it's
Okay.
it's you know it's related to Goldhome.
Oh, it's not a bear pun. Okay, yeah, go for it.
And I'm sorry for interrupting. I was like, this is gonna bother me. We were only there for a night. Well, kind of. And we didn't hear the explosion go off, so the kids are still laughing. Then we left. We spent
no,
another
we
night.
did not
right?
hear kids. No, we didn't hear kids laughing. It was Corbin it was Corbin trying to pull
No,
a
no,
fast
it wasn't
one on-
Corbin. It was Baron trying to pull.
It was
a fast
Baron.
one.
That's right. It was Baron. that was
So
trying to
they were.
pull a
It's just
fast one.
silent there in Goldhome now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's where I was confused. I didn't know if it was like if they were still.
It was
stuck
a
in time.
hilarious plot by Baron, spearheaded by George, to
Yeah.
For talking about
lighten
how
the
sensitive
mood.
Trevor
he
would have been
was.
proud.
And then him making chow. Fuck that guy. All right, that's all. I didn't know if I couldn't remember if it was we heard the spirit still or didn't.
Yes, it appears that the curse has been broken, and that
Got it.
Yeah.
based off your tenuous relationship with Rusalka, it seems as if the souls are no longer trapped in Goldhome.
Right.
Or they were fading. They were
Because
fading
she has
or
them
something
now.
like that.
What's that?
Yeah.
They were also well. Is that inclusive of the ones that didn't die by the rushing water?
So
The time loop is done.
the time loop is done. Like that whole curse. Like the only ones that like were owed to her were the ones that were died
That were
by
in the
that
Y.
were in the mine when the wall was breached.
Got
But like the
it.
whole town was killed. And so
and the town was slowly
the
fading
whole
away.
town was cursed. Yeah.
Yeah, but so since we left the curse, we removed the curse. It's not going to fade away immediately.
No,
Like,
no,
in
no.
terms of
So
shadows
the
aren't.
the people are gone. Like the shadows and the
shadows-
The
ghosts
shadows.
have passed on, but
Yep.
like
But the
the
dark,
terrain
darkness.
effects will
Mhm.
remain as long as the dragon is being preserved.
Yeah.
In the tower.
And then the next
Yeah.
question is, did we end up removing from the tower that like that coal that was like a spotlight? Because I remember when.
Oh no, Clamor told us not to touch or deal with that anymore.
Well, no. But he was like, when we presented it, he was like, "Oh, ooh," and then he went up top and was like, "Oh, that makes more sense now."
Mhm.
Did we decide? Did he
You
say
left
we'll
that
just-
there
We
left
left
that
it.
there.
Yeah. No, we
Okay.
were like no touching.
Got it.
anymore.
Got it.
Yeah.
because he warned you that presumably if you took that out, it would
It
alert
immediately
the rest of the
alerts everybody
realm
else.
that like yeah.
Okay.
Like,
All right,
this is,
I am now caught up.
This is clearly a beacon system for whatever dark force holds sway in the region.
Yeah.
Okay, back to their bear puns. I apologize.
Right. Something grizzly, something yogi,
Bird sign.
something picnic baskets. Got it.
Yeah.
I even pulled up a page of bear puns and I can't find any that are appropriate. So
All right. I think
Oh,
we can
no.
move on then.
I have been disqualified. Jeez,
Yeah,
I can't even get the pun out.
disqualified,
You've
yeah.
Let's
lost
Wait.
the
go.
qualification.
Let's
Miss.
do this.
Now you're just clawing at
Yeah.
things now. But we should. I mentioned Mayor Ornat that we investigated the mine, saw more of those shadows, but also saw like a big one, and we took care of it. It could have gone better, but we took care of it, and
Oh.
now the mines are filled with water, and that seemed to have fixed it.
So there was a big monster shadow,
Several
and
of
you
them.
killed it.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was really annoying too. It kept blowing our torches out.
I think we're all doing it like kind of like while like casually snacking on something. Like at least Morty will be like, he's like,
Morty will
so
be
that I'm
snacking,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
Dimitri, make an insight check.
Make an insight check. That was that 13.
He seems genuinely surprised that, like, you have identified a big monster and dealt like he knows you killed the Chimera, right? But this strikes him as like extra surprising that you have found the thing that was plaguing Goldhome and managed to deal with it. As if like he probably has some idea of the amount of power that entity had, and didn't expect that the likes of you all would be successful.
Oh. So like while
Yes.
I'm orating this, like I'm obviously like hopping up and down and gesturing and like trying to pantomime portions of the bit. And then I mentioned like, and then there was a point where I couldn't see anymore. And they said like, they took my eyes and whatnot. And I thought that the stuff that we rubbed on ourselves to protect us from the shadows and ghouls that we got from Corbin would have helped us out more than that. But luckily enough, I can still see now.
Corbin gave you some kind of thing to protect you from shadows?
It was kind of gross. We needed to. Hey guys, what did we need to get?
Wait,
We like
we
murdered a
Dick.
catfish.
We dick birds.
Oh
Beat-
yeah, we needed the claws.
Oh, we also
The
found out
claws
a
of a
new...
dickbird foot.
I didn't know if you know what a dick bird is, but considering that all got established after we left town.
A dick bird? I'm not familiar.
No, it's not like an iceberg that is made. No, it's a very ill-tempered bird.
You know, it has like a long neck and it goes like yes.
Sure, I mean, most of the wildlife in this region is ill-tempered, so that doesn't surprise
Yeah.
me.
I was one for a while. It's kind of cool. But we needed yeah, that's the thing I could do. We needed do we need the claw or the whole foot? I don't
The foot.
entirely remember.
We needed the foot. We needed catfish
We need some
whiskers.
shadow weeds.
The weeds. That's what it is. Oh, and the clothing of a bodak.
I'm sorry. The Bodak was... You killed a Bodak for a regent for this whatever it was?
Yeah.
Yeah. Corbin said that we needed to
Have you
beat it
played a
up
video game
for
before?
for
You've-
this.
Wow, you guys have been on quite the journey.
Yeah, well, the way that it worked is we like cornered it in a spot, and Roberto was like, "I want to do something." We were like, "No, we got this," and then it kept eating its brethren, but it wasn't enough.
Does the mayor seem
What-
legitimately surprised by this, or is he just like, oh yeah, wow, gosh.
He seems legitimately surprised. He says, "Wait, you cornered...
Okay.
You used a bear to corner the Bodak or this
No,
Shadow
the bear
General?
wasn't even used at all. The Shadow General.
Yeah, this thing that you've been...
Oh, that was in the mines. It moved really fast, and frankly, it probably wasn't expecting to fight us so soon. Probably about, I don't know, 2 or 3 episodes worth. But it was.
And
It
boobs
was. I mean, it was definitely a big fight for sure. But yeah, we
Felt a
needed to
little...
kill a
It
Bodak.
seemed... Based off your story, it seemed a little rushed. I don't know.
we needed to get the clothes, and he like made this weird. Oh, it wasn't like we didn't rub it on
Oh.
ourselves. We needed to eat it. He spat in our food.
Oh,
Oh, and then
we all felt pretty sick.
We all-
afterwards,
we
if I
all got
remember
stuck in the-
Yeah.
in the other
Why are you
plane,
laughing?
we all got stuck in the other plane, and then Baron helped us bring us back to our bodies.
Wait, what?
Remember when he has shadows or the spirit shroud, and he had to bring us back to our bodies?
I mean, I
I
remember. Mayor
remember.
Ornette doesn't remember, right?
Who
So
does
that's
not?
what we're telling him now. Good
Oh
job,
no,
Marty, I
I'm
forgot about that
actively
part.
being a bad storyteller. I'm like, oh, remember the part when I'm doing that,
Yeah,
and that's all.
but yeah, now the big shadow thing is gone, and now the
I hope
The
you
mind
feel-
Just
Just
wait,
let
wait,
it
wait, wait.
freeze
Let's go
out.
back.
yeah.
Baron is a spellcaster?
Huh?
Oh my gosh.
No, huh?
You just
What?
said
What?
Baron cast
I'm
some
hard-
kind of spell?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
That's what you call good employees and friends.
What, lying about their spellcasting
No,
capabilities?
making sure you hire people that are
Oh, that
Well-
have capability.
qualified
Hmm.
for their positions. Got it.
Okay,
At least you could say the word.
it's true.
Quack, quack. All right.
Okay, well, so you just went to Goldholm and killed a thing in the mines?
no, it
and
doesn't
then
stop
came
there.
back? Oh,
We thought that it would have helped fix the situation, but although the shadows disappeared, it's still pretty dark over there. Like it's still enveloped in darkness, and we're going to keep investigating to see what we need to do in order to be able to remove that manifestation of corruption up there.
just to take a step back, you know what you need to do, right? This is just
Yeah.
what you're telling him? Okay.
Yes, because
I was like, I thought I made that pretty clear, but maybe not.
oh yeah,
All right.
yeah, no, because I specifically remember the episode. This is like in Spit's mind, the recollection of everything. I like kicked Mayor Ornat's door down and I yelled out loud, "We killed a dragon!" And then I said, "I'm just kidding," because I forgot that we were not going to tell people about it yet.
Right.
So
Okay.
Mayor Ornat doesn't know that dragon's gone.
Then we went and found the remnants of the Emerald Blades Hall.
Oh, are there remnants there? I would have thought it was just.
There's a giant mammoth head.
It's like
In a jail with a dead
Is it
guy.
attached to a living mammoth?
No.
Oh, well then I guess
There, it was magical.
magically.
it was
detect magic.
gently reposed.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that makes sense. You guys know
It
that
was-
trick.
We
It's,
do.
What are you
but
talking
it
about?
But it looked like
wait, is he
At this
on to
point,
us? Wait a minute.
Have I had
He's been on.
conversation
He's.
with-
You told
It
him.
was the whole
I didn't know I told him I gently repose it.
yeah.
How else is this chimera carcass gonna stay fresh for 7 months?
Refrigeration.
Wait, Mr. Mayor, I'm sorry. I just need. Are you on board with this chimera situation?
Is there a reason
Like,
I shouldn't be? Look, the
I-
invisible
I'm
hand
just-
of the market makes things
It-
go.
right.
I like
just-
how he's a
I'm-
businessman at heart still. He's like,
what is-
yeah, shit happens.
Do you
I
do
mean,
you
what is-
can you express to me a concern that I should have as the
It is a dead creature,
right?
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
dead.
so
That's
is
what we-
so are
and it's
wolves that
been-
we eat.
and I just I don't wish to belabor the point, even though I do every single episode. But it is
Huh?
a dead creature, just like chucked
Mm.
into a room, and y'all have been eating it.
Yeah, but I assume they've been gently reposing it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
It
And
keeps
then
it
we-
fresh. Can
and
you
then we
come up
left.
with like? Can you? Oh, I mean, it's probably not good anymore if you didn't.
Well, no,
have-
that's what we can discontinued selling it because we were
Ah.
going to be gone. So
Yeah,
you know,
we're-
yeah,
We're
yeah.
doing more of a seasonal thing.
Right, right, right. Was there
Yeah,
some other
how
reason
is-
I should be concerned, Denix?
No. You know what? It's
I hope he's like
Everyone
chewing
seems
on a
to be
chimera
good,
burger,
so-
like you know, the pre-packaged ones he had pulled out of his
Yeah.
freezer, and he's like,
Freezer.
"Aren't these good?" And he's like, "You want me to throw some on the griddle
They're
for
like
you?"
the
And you're
they're
like,
like the White Castles you buy from the grocery
"Yeah,
store.
it's literally
I love
that."
those
And he
things,
goes, "You
though.
want
I eat them
one?
all
I
the
got
time.
some extra." And you're
Well,
like,
so like
"No."
All right, Mr. Mayor, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to distract from that. Like how are the I believe they're mushroom burgers.
Oh, they've been good.
Yeah, that
you know,
yeah.
Are they
not
okay.
quite as hearty as the chimera burgers, but you know.
Yeah, well,
We'll take
No.
that feedback.
it also isn't, eating. Yeah, never mind. It's good to know.
I'm sorry, it's not eating what?
Don't worry about it.
Anyway,
Okay.
Emerald Blades.
Yeah. So if we needed to, for example, if that mammoth head is still good, there's probably like good stuff in the cheek or the
we're not
tongue
taking-
that we might be
I
able.
literally look at you and go, "We're not taking anything." from
Oh,
you."
okay. Well,
I'm
we were
just
gonna ask
glaring at you as
Anton.
you're saying this.
We were gonna ask Anton because we promised Torque that we were gonna throw a party with an Emerald Blade, and we were gonna go and have a party.
I agree. I agree with you.
A party. The
Yeah.
the four of you and Anton.
Oh.
And then a horse shows up.
Why?
The
Why
horse
now?
looks spooked.
Ah,
Oh,
And
what was
suddenly
his name?
appears in
Clyde?
Gale. Is it Gale? No, it wasn't Gale.
Clyde.
Clyde. Clyde.
suddenly appears in the middle of this office.
I take one of the Clyde reeds and put it around his neck. Say, Clyde,
You're
good
a
to see you
terrible
again.
person. You're putting his dead body on top of him.
No, I'm returning.
You're
his
worried about
property to-
Chimera
You're worried about
burgers, but you're gonna
Chimera
dress him?
burgers? Seriously.
See,
That's fucked up.
No, this is different. The wreath is made out of his body. I'm just returning his property back to him. As a horse, he doesn't own anything except his 4 legs.
Wow.
So I'm just,
I'm going to make sure that the first ownership by horses happen in this realm because of that statement. We're gonna
right,
awaken a horse, and he's gonna be a landowner. Your fault.
Okay.
That's where the gold's going. It's not going to pay our debt off. It's to awaken a horse. Or Jeffrey.
Jesus.
How does the mayor respond to Clyde appearing?
He looks very concerned at the horse that has mysteriously
stairs.
appeared in his office, and he says, "Why is a horse in my office?"
So we can horse
Spit
around.
skipped over the part where Clyde here, we pushed him off the top of a tower once because we couldn't teach him how to use stairs.
It's a magical horse that we've been.
Stairs are hard for horses. What?
Yeah, well, it's
Yeah.
in the same way it just manifested here. It manifested at the top floor of the tower that we were in, and I tried to teach it how to go downstairs, and it didn't. It couldn't.
Yeah.
So Spit pushed him over the balcony and then jumped after him.
With the idea that Featherfall would have potentially saved you. But to explain the horse, he's used a magical horse that we've encountered, and we consider it a sign of good luck and fortune, right, guys? If it appears.
That's what the wreath is about. It's the wreath of good fortune. And his body.
So it's actually really fantastic because we haven't seen him in a bit, and we had a feeling.
Make it get out of my office.
Sure, yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. Is there? We're on the first floor, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Are the
this should be
doors
pretty
big enough?
easy. Yeah, this should be pretty easy. So I'll go ahead and lead him out. You tell him about the rest with the stuff. So I'll go and lead Clyde out.
Okay.
Come on.
He begrudgingly follows you,
Yeah.
and as he follows, he says, "I can't. Why does this keep happening?"
I like to ask. We encountered something on the way from the tower to here.
Hmm?
It was a dwarf that was just mindlessly walking.
Oh, we're not up to that part of the part. We're not at that part of the story yet.
It's not like chronologically we've been doing that anyway.
No, but it's an important juncture in this story that we skipped over because it's an important extra business adventure. Come on, Clyde. Come on.
Clyde hesitantly leaves behind you, and you go out to the courtyard while Morty asks about a weird dwarf.
So it was seemingly undead, and it was really strong, and
Armor made of clay.
armor
Yeah.
was made of clay.
Or
I
mud,
yell from
mean.
the outside, don't forget about the magic metals we've got.
The what?
What?
Oh, the scrolls.
Oh yeah,
The
those.
magic scrolls that are all broken in various humorous ways.
Not broken.
I feel like it's at like that point I pull out the other hand. I'm like, can I
Oh,
give you a
What is
hand?
that? Maybe
It's a
that's
mage
why
hand.
you have a dwarf that's dead following
No, but
you.
that's no. Seriously though, it was clearly undead. It was very powerful. It beat the heck out of us. We killed it,
You.
and me, and then it went on its way. Where then when we killed it, I like put like a real emphasis like we didn't kill it, but like we removed its current existence.
Mhm.
It like disappeared and like fell apart. It didn't like bleed, die, or like we couldn't like cut its head off or anything like that. It was like just like disintegrated almost.
Um,
Do you have any idea what I'm talking about?
No. What? What did it look like other than dwarf?
It had a limp of a sorts. I mean, there wasn't really that much description to it. It felt like it was very ragged.
Did it have like noteworthy armor? I don't.
Boots.
The
Boots.
The guiding bolt can be good for like tour guides here in Winds Hollow.
Hey, Spit, you can
he had a
come
very
back
heavy
inside now.
cloak, and he had a seemingly heavy cloak that was like made out of mud,
It
Or, like,
wasn't
the-
made out of mud. It was just heavily caked in mud.
heavily caked in mud.
Yeah, but it was like a
Um,
wool cloak.
It looks like he had been wounded potentially, or the leg was atrophied.
I mean, if he was undead, presumably. How undead was he? I don't know.
I don't know because he was protected by divination magic,
Oh, that's
and I can't see.
noteworthy.
Well, I can't. If they're protected, I can't. I can't discern if they're undead or not. If they are,
Then how you know
protected.
it's undead?
Because even though they have the ability to protect themselves, when someone's walking the way he is, and the fact that he went disappear, and kind of crumbled to the earth, or I guess to the terra, whatever the hell it's called, you kind of know that that's the case.
Maybe he was
Also,
a demon.
he had he had that chilling vibe where he does necrotic damage to you.
Oh, all right. Well, I mean
Um,
that's
he was
normally
very
undead
heavy, though.
wheelhouse stuff. He was very heavy.
Yeah, so there was boot prints that he's been making, but the boots were not discernible of any sign of shapes, or it's more like he was just heavy. And we know at least that he was traveling between the southern route from the tower to somewhere towards Winds Hollow.
Does somebody want to correct him?
Was it? Oh no! I thought it was south of the
No.
towards
So
Bell.
you saw the footprints just outside of Greenhall,
Yeah.
and he attacked you the other side of the tower,
To the east.
to the east of the or to the west
To
of
the
the
west
tower.
of the tower, closer to Bell than to Winds Hollow.
Yeah.
I thought he was en route to Winds Hollow.
No.
So where was the route that he was taking? Was he going like this?
So you saw the boot prints from just outside of Greenhall, right? So right when you got back to the road, you saw the boot prints headed toward Bell. And then when you left, he caught up to you on that same road, but before you got to the tower. So between the tower and Bell on that road.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's where I was confused. Okay.
I could see how you would imagine that he was on his way to Winds Hollow because his
I
direction
thought we had
was
already-
towards Wind Hollow.
I
But no, we
honestly-
were still standing
I thought when we were
still.
doing all the shenanigans with the spell scrolls, I thought we were already like halfway back to.
No, that was like right on the road. Once the road met back up from Greenhall.
Yeah.
Ornella says, I don't really know. I mean, I'm sorry that happened. But
Yeah, it was not very good.
I don't have any answers for you in that regard.
Next question.
Okay.
What's with this carnival?
Don't forget about the magic things. They can use them.
It's all right,
Um,
Spit.
I don't.
Spit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can come back inside.
No, I need to make sure Clyde stays safe.
He says it's a traveling carnival. They came to town. They want to set up. It's not within the walls of the town, so I said it was probably fine. I don't know. You know, traveling carnivals don't have a great reputation.
Why?
You know, a lot of the times they're used as a cover for theft or banditry or whatever. But sometimes they're not. And I thought we'd give this one a chance. The people here have been... they've had a rough go of it. I thought that, you know, a little entertainment might be helpful. I can't think of any harm it would do. And just at that moment, Spit, you hear some shouting from the other side of the wall, and you watch as one of the posts that has been sunk into the ground to hold up these tents starts to like fall over slowly. And they're like, "Oh God, we gotta look out! Look out! The post is coming down! Look out!" And the post falls and slams into the ground, shakes all the town. And what you notice is when the post hits the ground, it hits like the like upturned fork of a pitchfork that they were using to clear some grass, and the pitchfork just like spins through the air end over end and just skewers Clyde right through like his chesty shoulder parts.
Hold on. I see it. I hear it. I'm sure I hear the of the pitchfork.
Mm-hmm.
Can I use my reaction to cast Mage Hand to try to stop it?
Yes, you can use your reaction to cast Mage Hand to try and stop it.
Yeah. I imagine that this is a dexterity affected skill that uses sleight of hand.
Sure.
That was a reach.
Because I have high perception, I'm observant, can I roll with advantage?
Sure.
Or,
22.
Great. So you get your Mage Hand right there to catch it, and then you realize that this pitchfork is 7 pounds, 2 pounds over the limit for Mage Hand.
No.
Dispelling your Mage Hand and skewering poor Clyde as he explodes into flowers.
Inside? Can we hear any of this from inside?
No, you're inside. The last thing you have heard is Ornath say specifically, "I can't think of any dangers or problems that could possibly happen from this carnival being in town."
And then we hear a thud.
And then you hear like a twang. You feel like the ground tremor a little bit, and then you hear like a twang sound, and then you hear Spit shout. Yeah.
So after all that, I'm sure that there's a pregnant pause of everyone, and just
then,
I walk back inside. Hold on, before that, Brian, I walk back inside, and I just have this armful of flowers. And I've just got like my eyes are so dilated right now, and I'm like holding back the tears.
Real anime style. And when you get inside, Clyde is standing right there, and Ornath is very confused.
I throw
It's
the
just
flowers
I don't.
in the air.
Okay, I take one of the flowers that you're holding and like put it in Clyde's mouth.
Gentlemen,
Just
get this horse out of my office.
Guys, y'all could
Yeah.
all of y'all take them to the
Oh,
to the
no.
shop. So, Mayor, while they're taking care of Clyde, have you heard of Greenhall?
You walk up and you ask him the question, and he reaches out and he slaps the crap out of you.
Regular slap is PC to NPC. So I go,
This horse
oh
out of my
yes,
office."
don't worry, I'll get right on top of getting Clyde out of here. Come on, Clyde, come back, come on.
He is
I,
hesitant
give him-
because he's just been murdered in your presence.
Yeah, no worries. Like snap out of it. I go like on his face.
Okay.
And I'm like, don't worry, I got you this time.
Oh my God.
Not a good enough slap? Is it good enough?
He neighs in despair and slowly ambles out behind you. He's starting to like look over his shoulders periodically, almost like a twitch, because he's terrified all the time in your presence. But that's the way things go. Ornath says, What else do you have for me?
See, he hates us.
Mayor, do you happen to know about Greenhall and the Hall of the Emerald Blades?
Greenhaven.
Is it
Or Greenhall. It is
Greenhall.
Greenhall. Yeah.
Since I know that it was a road stop years ago that was pretty famous. It was kind of a base for the Emerald Blades, but I don't know. That was that was more my brother's thing than my. He was one of
You have
the
brothers?
blades themselves. I don't.
That's right.
Well, it's still there and kind of active, you might say.
Kind
There's
of
a-
active.
There's a construct in the basement that is forging these magical-esque items.
Air quotes
And-
magical. Well, they are magical.
Great. That's wonderful news. I'm so happy to hear it. Why do you only bring me bad news? It's only
Why is that
weird
bad
news.
news?
Like what? There's a construct in the basement of a lair making magic items? How is that not bad news? Kind of
Yeah.
making magic items? What do you mean? All right, let's take a step back. What do you mean kind of making magic items?
Can I pull a
So-
guiding bolt?
There's-
Guiding bolt is the best one. Yes, or sleep. Sleep is also a good one. But as I lead out, I'm like, ooh, I have a theory, and I go and I try to. Is Clyde open to being like ridden and mounted
No.
on, or no?
It doesn't want
Okay.
anything to do with you. He keeps dying in your presence. It's very painful.
But okay, Clyde. But my theory is, as long as you stay still, that's when most of these things have happened to you. So let's try
That-
at least ambulating and being on the move.
The universe is a reverse Tyrannosaurus Rex. As long as you're moving, it can't see you.
Yeah, that's
Um,
my theory.
All right. Says, yeah, I guess that makes as much sense as anything.
Sorry.
but-
So now I'm just walking around with him now.
In the
but-
office.
No,
Mayor,
out
we-
of the office. I'm not part of the
out of the
conversation.
office. They're heading back to the shop, is where they're going.
And the other horses. You have to meet the other horses.
But we found this construct, and he was the smith for the Emerald Blades, and what he has always done is created magical items for the Emerald Blades. Well, it's been a few years since those blades have been around, and he's been creating these interesting items that they're magical, but slightly different. Like Morty's hand there. That was supposed to be mage hand, but as you see, it brought in a mage hand. And,
Should I be concerned about the owner of that hand attacking my city?
No, because I think Morty's just going to keep it in his pocket because it's an interesting trinket.
I imagine I'm just
okay.
doing this with it.
All right. Well, that seems fine, I guess.
But we have cleared out Goldholm, so I don't know if
You eliminated
There's
the
any-
construct?
no, that's in Green Hall, but in Goldholm.
Oh, Gold Home. Yes.
Goldholm. I don't know if you want to send folks up there. There looked to be a very nice forge up there that could be used as an armor shop and such.
I mean, we don't have anyone with the skills to use a armory forge.
But the town was pretty well intact except for a couple of holes in the ground, I think, from whatever the explosion was.
What was
In the
you said
mine.
the mine was full of water? What?
So there was a the shadows were actually had like a magical dam that was holding back the lake.
Hmm.
And once we defeated the shadows, it had broken this seal, and then just all this rushing water had eliminated those shadows.
Oh, okay. Well, that explains what happened to Goldholm. Okay, I'll take it under advisement. I don't know that we have anybody with the skills to warrant an expedition to head up there to salvage and reclaim Goldholm. I mean, it doesn't sound like there's a lot of like fighting involved at this point, but there's still kind of quite a bit of construction that would have to go into the road alone.
Long term.
the road there alone would be challenging.
Yeah, that is true. But what we do have is a bunch of items that we think we're gonna either let Roscoe have and try and sell, or we'll have Baron prop open another business here to sell and sell some wares, and might even have shipments coming in from Greenhall periodically
Alright.
for these items.
If you think that's best, I support your decision.
We can always count on you.
Yep.
You like get the hell out of my office.
We'll be on our way for now. You have a good day.
All right, you also. He's like, as you're leaving, he's like, found a construct in a basement and a sunken mine.
As I make my way around
Joe,
the round of the estate, I go as like the team's going, like, is there anything we can do for you? And then like Clyde keeps going.
Is there anything that you need?
No. You
Nothing
seem
else?
very busy, so.
Oh no! Wait, do one more question.
Mhm.
How's Bluebeard? Still the same?
The same, I suppose.
That's all.
Okay.
Great.
Let's go back to our shop.
We'll make like trees and leave.
Great. Sounds good. Deal.
Deal.
You guys head to your shop?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you make your way there, and you notice that Baron is digging a big hole in the back.
Oh, with all the meat.
Like, it's pretty rank. He's digging a big hole.
You see, guys, this is why I was upset about the chimera meat. This is what you've been eating.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, so I walk up to Baron like, hey, Baron, what you doing?
Says, I am burying the carcass.
Okay, yeah, valid. Is Veruca all right?
She's fine. It was bigger than she could carry, so.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Thank you.
As you kind of walk away, you hear him mutter under his breath, "No, don't offer to help or anything. That's fine." Okay.
Oh,
You know-
yeah!
Baron, you don't have to dig it. I can just like
Move.
Mold earth
move
over it.
the earth for you, and then
Jeez, it almost
Very-
seems like you would be better equipped to do this. I think, yeah, that'd be great.
so
This is much quicker than digging the hole by hand. He just like shoves
so
it.
Can I do this thing where like I put both my hands out and cast mold earth and just like sort of invert everything? Like the whole earth just flips upside down and buries it in one motion.
Sure, I like it. He says, "Yeah, that was way quicker than it was going to take me. I'm
Baron, you
glad
could have
we
just
worked this out."
asked.
I could have. It's true. I figured you were very busy. What with Ornath and a carnival and everyone else you need to touch base with.
Do you want to go to the carnival?
It doesn't look like the carnival is going to be open for a week or two. They're still,
Oh,
I don't know.
valid.
Baron, do you want to go on another adventure, or would you rather hang around here and run the shop and all those fun things?
Would you like me to go on another adventure, or would you like me to stay here and run the shop and all those fun things?
How about you stay here,
Okay.
keep it out of the shop. We got all these magical goodies. Do you think you'd be able to offload those and make a little profit?
Presumably. I mean, we got them for free, so I can't imagine I would lose money on the deal.
We got him for free 50.
Is George still hanging out with Baron?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he is still a little bit possessed. That's true.
So
I still
you thi-
like the idea when we first encountered him, when he was just sitting there going like, huh. And like his eyes flashed dark and it was like, huh. And like just went back to it.
I mean, you know that some of the things based on our experimenting that you had observed from afar at a safe distance
Are very dangerous. Yeah.
some of them are less benign than others. So you mentioned there's the possibility that, like, the rare possibility or a hard chance for us to lose money, but like if somebody were to accidentally get hurt, that could be something that we can get in trouble for, which we don't want to happen.
It's gonna take a lot of branding, but I think I'm situated for the job.
I thought you said you were an accounting guy, not a marketing guy.
I'm not a huge marketing guy, but I'm pretty good at lying. So
Oh.
they're pretty similar activities, if I'm honest.
I can see that.
There might be an opportunity with this carnival if they ever show up.
Yeah, I was actually just thinking that too. We may like go and check out the crew that's out there and kind of size them up a bit.
They don't seem to stay in town long enough to get in trouble, so
Oh.
we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, if you're good for sticking around and you think you could do some good with the stuff that we brought back from Torx, and then we need to help Pennyworth out in getting more of that stuff out. So it might become, if you think that it's something that we can get a good run with, we can start doing that more often. Otherwise, we'll just do the thing that we did with the mold earth and just bury these other things if you think it won't work.
But
Yeah.
what about Mage Hand? Think about it. If we get enough of these, there won't be any mages left.
I thought we were going to give some of these things over to Corbin in case he needs these for his trinkets.
Yeah, but if we keep on having them made,
No. Corbin's the one. Oh, Corbin. Yes.
you mean like giving him the stuff, the hands?
Yeah, no, I mean like maybe. Oh, it's a roll. It's
Yeah.
not a
It's a
fact.
roll.
Okay,
It's
I was like,
roll.
who else could we give it to?
Yeah. Although I like the idea of take it again being I come
like
up
that
with a
whose
different
line is
plot
it
idea.
anyway? Yeah, that whose line is it anyway game? Where he's like, no. I mean, we could make it. Instead of like maybe giving it to Corbin, we could instead like say if you need a hand ? And that could be sort of like a little bit of a practical joke.
Wait a minute. So
Opener?
we're doing like a hand bag? Like, do you need a hand? Like, that's the name of the basket. There's a bunch of just hands?
No. It's you guys. You got to hear me out. It's an opener for like an improv sketch. You know, like stand-up comedy. Like anyone need a hand, or hey, let's give them a hand, and like that joke just rolls over and over again, regardless of whether it lands.
Baron
or
looks
not.
at you and
It's sort
says,
of like
"You
a
want
good
to
tragedy.
maim a bunch of spellcasters for
We
a
don't know
joke?
if that's happening. For real, we don't
It's
know
a
if that's
hand
happening.
from an elf, like, or a dwarf."
That was an elf.
It was a dwarf.
Hmm.
Says it's a hand from a dwarf. Where do you
Is
think it came
That's
from?
some retconning.
I don't think. I think it was. I think it's
No,
always
it's a
been
slender, as a slender hand of an elf.
A dwarf. All right, it's an elf then. He says it's a hand from
That
an
would have
elf.
changed my whole story about the whole
It
death
could have
night.
changed, yeah,
Everything
exactly.
could have
That's fine.
been way different.
He says
So
it's
the
a hand from an elf. Where do you think it came from?
Well, no, I mean that was just a wacky idea. Probably Corbin's the better place to do it.
Yeah, but
In
hear me
retrospect.
out though.
So Baron, how much?
We could disarm them.
How much do you need to like keep this shop running and maybe make it prosper and
to
your
do this
thing?
branding effort and stuff like that.
This is how I think we've got. I talked to Veruca. I think we've got enough in the coffers, to be honest.
Right?
Okay.
I thought that's how we kind of set it going. We're like, we're not gonna take anything out of it and like let it just.
Yeah, it's
Kind of do its own
self-sustaining at this
thing.
point. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I would like to retrieve a big bar potion.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we'll all
Yeah, we'll all
refill
need to
our
do
big
that.
bars. So we go down into the cellar.
Mhm.
Has anything changed about the Big Mar statue or around its surroundings?
Give me a second.
Insulting the 7 pages that Mario had sent to me.
I am. It's only 3.
Oh,
but,
Wish I was kidding.
You.
It's right. For my character brief, I submitted like 5 pages of nearly like.
His deity. He's like, if you need more, just let me know.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You get down there and you see the Big Mar statue, and as you kind of like get within its presence, you hear this faint like jovial laughing that kind of like inspires you a little bit.
Ooh.
And yeah, I mean he has he's got the finger guns ready to dole out some potions.
Can I give it a pump and retrieve my potion back?
You can, and you feel overwhelmingly invigorated through the laughter of Big Mar. You feel well satiated. You're not no hunger or thirst.
The same thing.
It's like we just ate so many good berries.
Mhm.
All right, guys, are you gonna get yours, or
Yeah,
is it just
I believe we all follow in suit.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, NX, this is Big Mar. He's just kind of chilling.
Oh
in our
snap!
basement here.
Nobody's seen Big.
No,
Mar,
you've
has he?
seen Big Mar.
No, I
Yeah.
haven't.
He
Wait,
has not seen
Even
Big
during
Mar.
because we got distracted by undead and thinking the chimera caused that.
Right. I think we. I don't know. I think
We've aggressively just haven't told you things.
you alluded to the fact that there was a cellar, but I don't remember actually going down to this.
We
I
did.
certainly didn't know there was a Big Mar statue with finger guns. That's something I would remember.
Oh wait, like the player legitimately this is the
He does
first
as a
not.
time.
player and as a character, I have no idea what you are talking about and why.
It's a statue of a dwarf, but like twice the size of a dwarf, pointing out finger guns, like "Hey" with a wink. And then when you pull his arm down, healing potions pours out of his finger gun, and he goes, "Hey!"
My head, I'm seeing. I'm sorry to mix fandoms here, but in my head, I see Zaphod Beetlebrox
I don't know who that
standing
is.
there with Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy,
Oh,
except
right,
with
yeah,
just one head, doing
Such a nerd.
Well,
But yeah, so you mean we went on this adventure and you didn't have a Big Mar potion?
I had a Big Mar. You had given me a Big Mar potion, but you didn't really get into what this was. You were just like, you should drink. You should. I'm gonna do my best spit impression. You should drink this when you feel bad. Is that close enough?
That seems like exactly what he'd tell you. Yeah.
If you're not feeling so great, you should drink one of these. And then you just like shoved it into my hand, but didn't describe any further. And I said, oh, okay. And then we left and went to do all these shenanigans.
Sounds about right.
It's good to know it comes out of this statue's finger.
Enix, make an investigation or make a perception. What's your passive perception? So 10 plus your perception score.
That's a great question. How come I don't know how to read? Oh my God, where's perception?
Failures
It's
of
right below nature and above
Oh
performance.
my
they're
good
alphabetical.
God, it is alphabet. I forgot
It's,
the alphabet today.
alphabetical.
It's 13.
Yeah, you as they're like introducing you to Big Mar, kind of off maybe like 2 feet to the side of him, you see this like rack of this cupboard built into the wall, and the doors are open, and on the doors you see like tons of like herbs and spices and like dried out prepared like food stuff, like not like ingredients but like seasonings and things.
A spice pantry.
And it looks very well stocked.
I guess, well, so I have many questions. Big Mar, who is Big Mar?
We don't know.
You do know he is a Fey spirit.
That's right. He's a face
Yeah.
spirit. We thought when we got the house, and
Thought
we
it didn't
ran the
have a
inspection.
basement.
We thought it didn't have a basement, but lo and
Whoa,
behold,
were we wrong? We also
Lo
didn't
and
realize it
behold.
had to have also have a second floor. Also wrong.
yeah, but it seems like some outside power had, you know, made this more obvious to us along the way, and Big Mar is a Fey spirit that seems to, I guess, very jovially look kindly upon us.
Okay, seems like a cool dude.
He is.
The
Alright.
three of you have never seen this spice cupboard before.
Yeah, well, right. I'm getting to
Okay.
that. Like,
I know
so,
Enix hasn't seen it because he's never been down here, but I want to make sure.
Yeah.
So it's literally directly next to the Big Mar statue.
Yeah, they don't appear to have noticed it yet. They're
Yeah,
just,
'cause Big
glossing
Mar
over
just-
it.
So okay,
Commands.
so I just say, how new? How old does this cabinet look?
What
Which cabinet?
What cabinet?
The spice cabinet.
What cabinet?
Wow!
It looks.
I'm asking-
it looks.
I'm asking
right.
Brian.
It looks. It looks very. It looks like an heirloom.
Okay.
It looks like it was built in when the building was built.
Okay. So, I guess I just gesture vaguely towards the spice cabinet, like, "Hey, you keep all your spices in the basement?"
The spices in the
We
basement.
don't keep the spices in the bed.
Wow!
I figure,
Check this out.
I mean, I figure
don't
you
remember
had
that
been
either.
seasoning your chimera burgers, which I'm over that now. It's
Clearly
it's
not.
in the back. But you.
It is behind
It
us.
is,
now.
it is in the behind.
It's beneath
So-
you at this point. I mean, it's
True.
probably
Well,
like
we're in the
level with
cellar.
you at this
Yeah,
point,
exactly.
but-
So, well, it is. I think what I turned 10 feet of.
Yeah,
earth upside
yeah,
down.
it's about equal to you. It's like over
Yeah.
there.
So, where's Corbin at the moment? He's been tending to the shop while we've been
Corbin
gone,
or
right?
Baron?
Baron.
Corbin is on
Baron.
Corbin's land. Baron is your
Corbin's
possessed
probably,
associate.
probably
is-
playing with
who's
Roberto.
been watching the shop while we've been gone?
Veruca.
Veruca,
yeah,
who
this
is,
must have been like
who is
something with
Baron's
Veruca.
sister.
Have we seen her since we've been home? Well, here.
I mean,
Are
she
you
was
trying to
at the bar
insinuate-
when you came in,
Okay.
but you kind of like
We haven't
breezed by
addressed
her.
Are you trying to insinuate that Veruca is actually Big Mar?
No. No, I'm just. I would just, being that Veruca has been here the entire time, I figure she's probably the one most likely to know, because I wasn't actually interested in the spice cabinet, because like spice cabinet whatever, but I see all of you going like, what?
And
It
if
might-
you,
I mean, it might-
look in the spice cabinet, there are probably like 3,000 gold worth of spices in this cabinet. Like these are rare spices.
Yeah, we collected this on our own.
Eh,
Can I gather some since I have cooking element?
We also have a shop.
We should ask
You get
Veruca
the
first before we
distinct
touch her
you get the
belongings.
distinct impression that the magic of this cabinet is tied to this building.
okay, I just want to pick up the first jar of spice, like the one that's right in front of me. Just pick it up.
Mhm.
Does anything like significant happen?
No, you pick it up and it is labeled as Varian beetroot, which is a pretty rare. It's only found in the Asvarian forest, and only found embedded in. So the Asvarian forest is split into the canopy, where the elves live, and the ground where the lizard folk live. And so the Asvarian beetroot only grows on the canopy,
Oh my gosh.
buried in the like the rotted wood of the tree of the canopy of the trees of the canopy.
I want to have a look at the next one.
Um,
I want to hear the story of every.
I don't
single-
know what this one is.
We need
What's it
stop
at?
touching Veruca's stuff. We need to ask
the
her.
next one is labeled in a language you can't read.
All right, that's nice. That's a good one.
Bamboozled.
Wait,
is it a
Morty,
language in
Morty.
Morty's book?
Hello.
Yeah.
It's not a language in Morty's book.
All right, let's ask Faruka about.
Yeah. This is probably Veruca stuff. We shouldn't be touching it.
Is there any more info about Big Mar in my book?
Yes.
I would like to read that info.
It says
He
that
says he laughs.
Big Mar. Hold on. I have to.
Go back to the document.
No, I have the document open, but Mario sent this to me with black font on top of a black image. So
Oh, it's a superimposed image, right?
yeah, it
Yeah.
sucks a lot, and I hate him a little bit right now. He is a fey spirit of carousing, brewery, festivities, and singing. He represents the most festive side of fey kind. He was at one point beloved by all creatures in search of a good time. He's known as
Ooh.
the Laughing One, for the smile and deep, joyful laugh that is always heard when in his presence. When he takes form, looks like a taller dwarven male with a gray head of hair and a short beard. When he takes form in his fey visage, he looks like a magical carafe of wine with arms that bursts through walls and says, "Hello,"
So
to distinctly avoid
you're-
any copyright issues.
you're describing a non-copyright infringing dude who turns into the non-copyright infringing sugary beverage man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if anyone in the audience is curious, you too.
You two can make a wild ass fey spirit for me to have to deal with. His families who tend to use Big Mar as their primary patron often hold parties and feasts and celebrations to honor all of the events in the world. Particularly our beloved those who use the little they have to share with others. You can. It's been said that you can gain a special relationship with Big Mar if you create the most exciting and filled with revelry drinking song that is most beloved by Big Mar. He's always looking for the next great #1 hit. His shrines are typically feast halls, party tents, and bars, often with kitchens and pantries attached.
Well, gentlemen, I think it's time to start singing the Irish drinking song. Oh, never mind.
I
Needs to be.
I,
It
I
needs
really
to be
don't want
slightly
to go
off.
down
Like
that line.
exactly. It needs to be slightly off, maybe in a minor key. I don't know, but
Just the sad ones.
the sad one. Yeah, let's go
Cool.
talk to
Yeah, let's-
Veruca and
About
ask her
Veruca.
about the spices.
Hey, Veruca, how have you been?
Fine. Things have been good.
That's awesome to hear. So we were downstairs checking out Big Mar, seeing
Yeah,
how awesome he was.
it's weird down there. I don't go down there.
You know?
Oh, you don't go down there?
No, there's like a weird gives me the jeebies.
So you wouldn't know about a spice cabinet that's down there.
I wouldn't trust anything on a spice cabinet that's been down there for 10 years and not attended to. That would be kind of gross, probably.
Not though.
I wonder if
Are you are you sure? I mean, some spices hold up pretty long, especially if they're dried. And
I mean,
Right.
maybe. I don't typically.
I mean-
typically, I have a 1 year policy on my spices when I'm making.
Hmm.
They lose their flavor too quick. It's
Well, for what it's worth, I mean, it could be worthwhile just checking it out in case there's anything that's particularly interesting or exotic, especially since that's a little bit of a cornerstone of how the business started as well. Or if there's anything that could be particularly, Roscoe would probably know. Oh wait, no, he's not an herbalist. That's down way south.
She kind of looks around and is he always like this? Like, does he have points he gets to, or is he just like a constant road to nowhere? I don't.
You get used to it.
He gets to the point in battle.
All right. She says, "Look, if you want me to go use the spices, I'll go down and get the spice. Just it gives me, I get a weird feeling when I get down there. I feel like I'm being watched. I don't like it.
Like you're being watched?
Yeah, there's like a weird feeling. I don't know.
Well, maybe Baron can help you out with that.
Yeah, I mean, if he wants to go down and grab stuff, I'm happy to. It's whatever. I'll talk to him about it. It'll be whatever it is.
And it sounds like folks are liking your mushroom burger. Or your
Yeah,
mushroom
it
sandwich.
was a hit. I had to go out and get more mushrooms.
Awesome. And have you tried anything else new recently? Expanding the menu? Or...
Well, the hunters came in and had some wolf, so we did some wolf nuggies for a while.
Wolf nuggies.
Wolf nuggies.
What?
They weren't quite what I was hoping for. They were a little tougher, but
They were a little
they
gamey.
sold. I mean, there's some bacon come in, so we did some nice bee sandwiches.
Oh, we also got a lot of sheep. Do you know how to take care of sheep?
I mean, I can't imagine that it's much harder than every other kind of animal.
No, not that way.
What?
No, we want to keep
No.
them alive.
They're
Oh.
alive.
Clear.
No, I don't know how to take
Like,
care of sheep.
Okay.
Well, I mean, to be fair, they've been taking care of themselves for the last 10.
But they've been guided.
Oh, that's true. The one that's
We'll just give him a
the ones
pen
that-
with some grass.
Right. And the most important part is that we want to be able to shear them before they become like
Because so we can make sure they say Veruca's the best cook ever.
She said, "I'm sure
That's
there's
what-
someone in town who knows how to shear a sheep. We'll be.
Right as
That'll be
rain.
good.
If I can't
Right.
figure it out, I'll just pay him to do it. It'll be great."
yeah.
Sounds good.
That's why we like you, because you're a go
And
It's your
like
money.
if there's a person that knows how
It's
to
your
sew,
What's that?
there's like a person that may know how to like take that wool and like turn it into like do knitting projects and stuff like that.
I mean, is there a spindle in town?
Yeah.
Or a loom? I don't know much about textiles, so
It's true. Yeah. It did
feel like-
come up briefly and we didn't pay attention to it at the time. But maybe we could check in with Marcy and Gerald to see if they have something like that, or if they happen to be aware of any merchants that happen to have that kind of stuff.
yeah, those sound like fine plans.
I just like that we're gonna try to make Veruca the jack of all trades here. Be like she cooks for us in her downtime. She's spinning, and making knitting projects. Like, yeah, I'll take care of it. It's fine. Like, we just give her enough stuff.
Well, I mean, for
your
what
money,
it's
I
worth, we weren't sure if it would be a fun, relaxing activity to you. Actually, what do you like to do for fun?
Read.
Read.
I don't know.
Ever been to a circus?
No, I'm excited. This one, I bet it'll be fun.
Yeah.
When it's fully up and ready to go, you should totally go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good plan.
You'd like put up a closed sign on the shop, encourage people to go see the circus.
You should go with your brother.
Okay. Yeah, I bet he'll think it's fun.
Doing that also for her safety too.
It's true.
With all the locks on the door.
I was gonna say just make sure it's locked.
Oh,
but I'm
don't
sure
leave without locking the door. That would
exactly.
Be
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure you do that anyway, especially with given your experience in the Empire. So, so yeah.
So-
Okay. Well, anything that we can do for you or get for you?
Not really. I mean, I think it's going okay. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
We lost Will temporarily. Oh, we lost NX temporarily.
Now I'm here.
Oh,
Hi, here. I'm
Your
Jake.
video has stopped.
I
Oh.
disagree.
Your video has stopped.
Your video has stopped.
I am concerned I'm gonna have to restart this. Because
It'll be okay.
We'll make it fine. Why don't we do that real quick right now on a 5-minute break then? We'll be back in 5 minutes, 9:08. We'll be back for some more In the Red. See you soon.
BRB.
And we are back with more in the red with our noted.
Oh, I'm spit now.
Uh-oh.
This is the worst.
Oh no.
I did it. I figured it out. I solved the puzzle. When we left off, you had just finished visiting the shrine of Big Mar and Veruca. You've already visited Mayor Ornath. What would you like to do
While
now?
we were down in the
Macy,
cellar, was there? Well, I guess all of you would know. Are there any other ways in or out of Veruca? Has anyone been here while you have not? Like, the entrance to the cellar is behind the bar, right?
Yes.
Have you seen anyone go down there that is not you?
No, that would be stupid. Why would I let people down there?
Well, I agree, but just that whole spice rack down there. Nobody.
We thought it was yours.
Right. Nobody seems to know where it came from,
I really
and
wish.
it looks to have been there for quite some time.
Question:
Mhm.
When we were down there, did it say Big Mars cellar or Big Mars like spice rack?
I wish it did now, because this is clearly starting a mystery that doesn't exist.
Yeah. Like, we're all accepting it at face value except for NX, and that's the thing. We're just like, it's probably
It's just
Big
like,
Mars.
what is this
Well,
mysterious cat
wait.
spice rack? It's just a
Well,
gift
no,
from Big
it's-
Mar.
It's just Big Mars saying, "Hey, here, have some spices," and you're just like, "They're probably poison." You're
No,
like,
well,
"Dude,
yes,
chill."
because I'm picking up on the fact that all of you are just like, what is this? And no one seems to know what is going, which makes me think there's something afoot. Something.
Yeah,
amiss.
it's a face spirit. What do you want?
All right. Okay, so you're screaming at
So-
scream that at me in character, and I'll drop it.
No,
So
no, I'm entertained by this.
So when Baron brings up some of the spices and whatnot, just double check to make sure that they're okay, especially if there is, like, if you have a 1-year rule and stuff like that. But it could be something that, could, if you happen to know what to do with some potentially exotic spices, it can be rationed for like timely specials, like really get the interest going and stuff.
Is there such a thing as a Michelin star in this world?
No.
Oh,
No.
okay.
No.
If I use
Hard
purified
pass.
food and drink, can I convince Veruca that if I like cast purify food and drink on these spices, it'll like zhuzh it up just enough to like fall within the 1-year rule?
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
She's like,
Yeah,
all right,
good.
cool.
Shit up.
they're good now.
It's still creepy down there, but I guess now we
Well-
have spices in the creepy
Let's
basement.
install lights.
Well, what can be done, maybe, because I mean,
No,
I
no,
can get
no,
it if you're
it's-
not into the statue. Like, you could have Baron like put a towel over the head of the statue.
No. Don't defile Big Mar.
She's like,
No, it's
I
not
will just
defiling. It's a temporary.
I will
It's-
just
it's-
deal with I will just deal with it. It'll be fine.
And
It's
okay,
fine,
I
it's
mean,
fine.
and like, maybe some of your unease is related to like, were you and Baron always like heavily watched over his children? Because maybe that's just like an internal emotion that's manifesting
Trying
itself
to
now.
psychoanalyze an NPC. She's like, yeah, I bet that's it. I bet that's the problem. Not that
I
you're
get it. We should go to Mycie
Not-
and Gerald.
not that you're a qualified person to make that observation, but like maybe you're right, and I should just yeah, I'll do some self inspection on that. Thank you, Wolf Tweak. I'll do some introspection on that and figure out where the root of the issue is, and we'll work very hard to overcome my unnervedness being watched over by Big Mar in the basement.
Okay, sound good.
Well,
We should go to Macy and Gerald and ask them if they've seen any interesting
Well-
characters.
While they go to Macy and Gerald's, I'm just gonna swing by Siegfried's to grab my tubes.
Oh yeah, sure.
Oh yeah.
Siegfried says, "I have your tubes. Here are
Thank
6
you.
tubes. I used various types of metal. I didn't know which tubes would be the best tubes. Here are some tubes."
Thank you very much, Siegfried. I believe I've already paid you, but thank you for your services.
You have,
I
yes.
I will probably be back for some more tubes after I do some testing.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
What are these
can you
tubes
mark the tubes real quick to tell me which ones, so you know which ones is which alloy? What you do?
Yeah, so there's an iron tube that's the very heavy one. There's a steel tube, slightly lighter. There's a bronze tube. That's the bronze colored one. There's a brass tube, which is the brass colored one. It's very similar to the bronze colored one, but slightly different. It's a little shinier. And there's another metal tube that he says it's corundum. I made it of corundum. He said that's the trickiest one. It's very brittle. I don't know what you plan on doing with these tubes, but that's probably going to break pretty easy. The corundum one.
That was only 5.
How many did they say you got?
6.
Oh, he says, I made a very expensive gold tube and a considerably less expensive copper tube.
I like the idea that he like spent most of his budget just smashing gold coins into into a tube.
It's like, I don't have any gold, but I have gold. All right.
I do have gold. I guess I'll do this.
Thank you very much, Siegfried. I will let you know how it goes.
Yeah, let me know what you plan on doing with metal tubes.
6 tubes.
It's now 7, but yeah.
7 tubes now.
The copper one's a bonus tube.
There you go.
Because you kept me, because you're doing a solid for me. I'm giving you an extra tube.
Do I need to know what circumstances led to you commissioning tubes?
No one knows what circumstances led to him commissioning
okay.
tubes. This is a wild hair idea he has come up with and not shared with us. So
It's along the same lines as me. Oh, we should go see Roscoe at some point too.
I assume there's something to do with a gun involved, but I don't know.
100%.
Totally not. All right,
So
yeah, let's. So
Macy
Thank
and
you.
Gerald, or
now
I
they're
think-
over
yeah,
at
I
Macy's
think
and
they had-
Gerald's.
yeah,
While I bring my tubes back.
okay. You're not
He's
gonna bring
making.
your
He's making
7
a
tubes into
xylophone.
Macy and Gerald.
No.
All right. These are
Yeah, that's what I
like
had to
these are like 5 foot. These are long tubes. They're
that's
cumbersome tubes. Okay.
That is perfectly
They're
fine.
2 times his size.
It's just like
I gotta bring my tubes back.
So is it daytime or nighttime?
It is still daytime.
And it's Macy then.
Mhm.
So, hey there, Macy. We're
Oh.
back.
You made it.
Yeah, we hear
So
that.
surprised to see us.
I mean, I'm happy that you made it.
Yeah,
But it's been a while. I thought
Yeah.
maybe you hadn't made it.
we made it. We made it back. Mayor Ornat told us that there's a carnival in town.
Well, not in
have-
town yet, and probably not in town at all, but near town soon.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you had seen any foot traffic that could be directly related to the carnival, or maybe people who are like part of that whole crew that might have stopped by in the inn, either for a bite to eat or a place to sleep.
Well, their lead team is here, and it's only about 3 people in their lead team. And they probably, I mean, they brought a couple of carts in, so my guess is they have like a cart they sleep in, or a wagon or something.
Yeah, I guess to manage costs and whatnot.
Mhm.
Mayor Ornat felt positively about them, but like I think he had some possible reservations about it. Do they feel like do you get the sense that they're pretty stand-up people and such?
I mean, the 3 that are they came in for a meal. I mean, they've been frequenting your shop more than mine, but
Oh,
yeah, I mean, I think it seems fine. I don't know. There's only 3 of them, and they don't seem to be rabble rousing or anything. They just do their work
Okay.
and. Oh.
What are they? Are they like me? Are they like Annex? Are they
Yeah. So there's a big fella that
like one of the Goliaths?
like maybe bigger. I think he's a half giant, but I don't like to ask those questions. It's rude.
That's true. Mhm.
But he's a big burly fella, and there's two half elves, and they when they got here they were here with there was a goblin with them, but then the goblin rode a horse back to the east, presumably to catch up with the rest of the carnival. I'm not sure, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Are people like they're obviously busy setting up? Are people generally excited about this? Are they more curious? If they like stop by, do you hear any like murmurs or gossip from town about what they're thinking about?
I mean, people seem excited to a degree. I mean, I'm sure they'll be more excited when it starts to take shape a little bit more. They were pretty close to setting up their first tent, but they did something wrong, and well, the post fella brought the whole tent down. I don't know. I'm not sure what happened there, but
we're not sure what happened either.
it looked like they had all the safety lines in place and everything else, and some sort of unseen supernatural force just came through and wiped the whole thing out. I don't pretend to understand those kinds of things, but carnival folk is carnival folk. So maybe they have some bad luck or something.
Maybe. Wait. Oh God. Clyde's still in existence. Where is he right now?
Why did you bring him up? He's now gonna get pooped.
I assume he's in.
horses.
I assume he's
In the
with the
shop
other
with the
horses. Yeah.
Yes,
In
yeah.
the stable.
It's
May or may
Have
not
they-
be alive.
Have they?
it's called a stable because it's stable in there, so we're good.
Mm-hmm.
Has the safety history of the carnival over here been pretty up and up until just now with the post? Or
I mean, I don't know that much about their history. They're a traveling carnival.
well, I know, but like since they got to town,
That was the first blunder I've
Okay.
seen. Yeah.
it's a pretty big blunder.
They got here yesterday, so they
Okay.
haven't been.
Well, that's not good. That's not good at all.
They haven't been here long enough to establish any kind of like safety record. If they had a little sign that said like it's been X amount of days since our last accident, it was 1 and now it's 0. So
Well, I have apparently appointed myself the OSHA chief of Rainwall, so I'm just
I didn't
always
wanna
on the
say
lookout for safety violations.
sure, yeah. I've heard that about you. I've heard that you're quite the wet blanket. So
Well,
Oh,
Goddamn, he zinged you. He zinged you,
She-
left fielded you, she left fielded you. And
well,
I go,
it's been good playing. I'll see y'all later.
ooh. Or you gotta follow up and say, alright.
you mentioned that that they seem to be frequenting our shop more. Have you guys been doing all right? Should we like
well, we've been doing
Put up
fine.
some-
They
okay,
just seem
good.
to have been looking for a more grab and go option,
grab and go because
or
they're
transient, yeah,
outside? Yeah,
rather than
Makes sense.
coming in to sit down for a meal.
and a beer. Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, is there anything that we can get for you? Or do for you when we're here? Because we're probably gonna go and check them out, make sure that everything's okay. With the whole safety thing and whatnot, NX is nipping at the bud for that.
Sure.
So, but yeah, just wanted to check in, see if you had any on the folks that have rolled in. So thank y'all.
Okay. Yeah. No problem.
Any interesting caravans come through otherwise, like merchants and such?
I mean, lots of merchants have been coming through. If I'm honest, you've really opened up the trade roads again. So,
Cool.
Yeah, lots of folks been coming through.
Have the Goliaths been through?
They haven't been around recently. No.
Yeah. Okay.
Has Aaron been holding up okay?
Oh, I think so. I think these things take time, so
Mm-hmm.
I think she's gonna be okay though.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Of the merchants and others that have come by, have any been like, huh, Wind's Hollow? I could find myself staying here.
I mean, most of the merchants that come through are like their skill set is traveling merchants, so settling down really probably be a pay cut for them, honestly.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But I don't know. It's cities seems to be growing. I mean, we're running out of empty houses for folks, so we might have to think about, expansion even soon. I don't know. I don't want to.
Wow.
I don't want to jinx it or nothing.
Yeah. And it's probably something we'd want to talk over with Mayor Ornath too.
Well, he'd be the one to make that decision,
Exactly. Cool. All right. Well, then, if you're doing great, tell Gerald that we say hi. And should we go see how Roscoe is doing, or maybe visit Anton at the
I
gate?
don't really know how to answer that question for you, Spit.
Oh, I turned you over to the boys, but thank you for the input.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's go. Because I feel like if we talk with Anton, it's going to be a really long discussion because of all the Emerald Blade stuff and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Whereas if we talk with
Roscoe for a report update.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go over to Roscoe's.
Okay. Yeah, you go in and there's the whole door is.
Oh gosh. So I run up to Roscoe and I get ready to do the high five that we practiced, right? Mm-hmm. Remember while Dimitri was asking for tubes.
Yeah.
And so I do the whole thing. I turn around, waggle the tail, turn back.
And then you miss a step. And he goes for a high five and you don't get your hand up in time and you just
oh no!
Face all on your palms your head. It hurts a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, and
it feels
the palm
really
is
terrible.
Still on. Yeah, the palm is still on my head, and I go, no, that one was my bad.
Like,
I messed that one up.
I feel bad, but you're right.
So I back out and on my white and pepper black face is the light blue welt that's on my face.
Mm-hmm.
In the shape of a cobalt paw.
Yeah.
So and my one eye, in the anime where it's puffed up with the X on top of it.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a
bit. That
bit.
seems right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me get some ointment or something. I don't.
Yeah, ointment. Yeah.
He provides you with an ointment.
Thank you. I swath it all
sure.
over my face.
Says it's good to see you. You're back.
Yeah.
You made it. We thought you were dead.
Everyone's saying that.
You were gone a while.
And relatively speaking, yeah.
How did it go?
Yeah, so it's been an adventure, Roscoe.
I believe it.
We vanquished some shadows in Goldhome.
Cool.
We found Green Hall of the Emerald Blades, and there's a construct down there.
Standing?
Yeah, still standing. There's a construct in the basement with a Pennyworth down there. Do you know Pennyworth?
Pennyworth
Do you
of
know a
Kobold.
Pennyworth? Yes.
Yes, he's from my tribe.
Oh.
You're a tribe? My one eye dilates.
I mean, not anymore, but once he and I were in a tribe, and we were
buddies?
I mean, yeah, we were associates, and we worked together, and then, unfortunately, our dragon was eliminated, and we had to kind of find new purposes for ourselves. And he, always the most well-kept kobold of the tribe, entered the buttery arts, and I found my way to alchemy. I haven't spoken to Pennyworth in quite some time. It's been, gosh, probably 15 or 20 years.
Is there something that, like, if that the two of you would remember from the tribe that from when you were together that maybe could be like a token of memento that maybe we could deliver to him, just sort of as a like, hey, how you doing? Hope you're well message.
I mean, gosh. I have a couple of old coins from that were stamped by our dragon.
The
years
dragon.
ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you want to, like, maybe it would be pretty neat if maybe you wrote a note, and if you'd be open to it, we could deliver it to him next time that we head over to Greenhall.
Sure, yeah, that would be fine. I'll write it up tonight and have it ready for you.
Yeah.
Pennyworth is still alive. That's interesting. Very interesting. Very pleased to hear that.
Yeah.
By the way, out of character, I'm referring back to the notes. Have I met Roscoe?
I don't know.
No.
I really don't.
I don't think you have.
No. You would have encountered him in passing of we went to every major person
Okay.
in Winds Hollow and went, do you have
I've-
an undead person inside of you? Essentially.
Right. I vaguely remember us meeting, like, the first session I was part of, we, like, talked to people for, like, 5 minutes and then bailed. So,
Yeah. Do you
enjoy.
remember the snapdragons?
I
The
do.
flowers? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, I go over to one and I, like, snap at it.
4 snap back at you.
Wow!
4 in the same, like, they're in the same pot.
Yeah. That's awesome! Morty, look, there's more of them!
I'm like, put your face next to him.
I put my face next to him, but it clearly stands out because of the welts and the giant swollen eye.
I'm like, look, hey, and I see something cool. And I like try to like do one of the like over the shoulder things, like look at his face and look at the dragons, they're like the same thing.
They the 3 of them nip at Spit's face. And the 4th one.
All right, you can move now.
Roscoe says, "Oh, that's your Snapdragon."
He looks like he's doing great.
Yeah.
Sorry, I haven't been a good parent here. Do you mind keep on watching him for a little bit longer?
Yeah, Morty,
Sure.
your Snapdragon has a second head, OMG.
It has 4 heads now.
4 heads now.
Oh, that's
oh.
mine. I thought it was just 4
Yeah.
different ones.
No, it's the one.
It's my
yeah.
one. It's got 4 of them now.
Yeah. Jeez.
He's now excited about that. So, Roscoe,
Oh, I'm such a proud parent.
learn anything interesting about either this fungus or this?
Oh yeah,
Explosive
you
goo?
shouldn't touch it. Don't. I'm not doing science with it anymore. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Wait,
What happened?
I
No,
burnt
tell.
down 3 barns and a silo.
Oh.
Just by like barely
on that
touching
small
it or something
sample
like
we
that?
gave
Yeah.
him.
It got into the dirt and it multiplied,
Oh.
and I had to burn out 3 barns and a silo.
Oh, still pretty
Wow.
funny though.
What about the that resin stuff that?
Isn't that what we were just talking about?
No, what was the fungus?
No.
Oh, what was the resin?
The resin was the hyper flammable stuff, like flash
Yeah,
fire stuff.
Oh,
but
yeah,
the,
I
but the
mean-
fungus.
The fungus is what causes the resin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. It's very dangerous.
As I look at the water pouch of resin that I've been carrying with me, I'm like, awesome.
how long was that process of it getting to the ground and multiplying?
Well, I I feel very foolish for not having discovered the issue, but one of the vials was leaking,
No.
and presumably over the course of a couple of days, it had spread enough that by the time I noticed, I had to
Burn it down.
burn down a 200 square foot area.
Oh wow! So it's very fast spreading, is what you're saying.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know.
was there any containment, anything that it didn't like? Minus fire?
I don't
Like-
know. I didn't really have time to check, if I'm honest.
Yeah. And that leaking really only happened after you had transported everything over to the barn area, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So everything
You
was
don't-
sealed and cased until it
Mhm.
got there.
Gotcha.
And I'm not sure. I remember putting the stoppers on all the vials, but when I
Mhm.
returned, one of them was no longer
Sealed properly.
stopped.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what happened, but
And are you feeling okay?
I feel fine, yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. Interesting.
Do you know if anyone else may have had access to the barns while you were using it? I wasn't sure how covert this was and whatnot.
You know, I was trying to be subtle, so I mean, putting a bunch of locks on a barn door is not a great way to tell people that
That's a good
there's
point.
nothing going on in that barn.
Mhm.
I don't know how else those vials would have been opened.
The fungus wasn't like strong enough for it to have like multiplied and created enough gas to cause the stopper to come off potentially.
not in a sealed vial. Like there wasn't enough oxygen for that to happen.
Makes sense. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, something for us to think about. Okay, well, thank you for confirming its danger. We didn't think it was tremendously good stuff either, but we weren't sure if there were other properties that we could discern from it, so we could learn more from it. But if it's definitely
I think it's just
too
fruit
dangerous.
from a rotten tree. I wouldn't.
no. Okay.
Well, he knows the story that we like. He knows the background. Like there, we
dangerous.
dealt with. Yeah. Well,
Oh
we-
yeah, that's
where
why we
got
don't
it
want him
from.
becoming zombie Roscoe. No.
Well, what I'm thinking is how. If it only took a few days for that to happen, we probably need to make an expeditious adventure
Trip
over
to
to that.
Ironwood.
Yeah. Otherwise, that camp that they were in might already have had fungus in it.
Annex, don't worry, we'll fill you in on it. He's on you. He has the silence
muted.
spell on. Okay, well, thank you so much, Roscoe. We're glad that you're safe. We're glad that you were able to contain. You're confident you contained it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm confident I can continue. I'm sorry that it didn't work out how we had hoped.
No, I think we learned what we needed to learn from it, and that's and that you're still safe about it. We stress the importance of the safety around it, and we're glad that you're okay. So yeah.
Was there anything else I can do for you guys?
We were gonna ask you that same question.
Not really. I mean, no. I have all the things I need.
We need to discuss soon potentially more healing kit capacity or something along that lines down off stream, but
Yeah.
bring it up again.
Sure. Yeah. He says I'll look into it and come up with some prototypes.
Okay. That'd be greatly appreciated. You said there's nothing else we can do for you though?
Not at the
He said
moment.
he's- yeah.
no.
Okay. Well, I guess we
Head over to Anton or to the carnival.
Anton.
Anton.
He's at the gate. You know, that's his job. His self-appointed at this point job. Just standing there every night. Poor old man. Waiting on
no.
orders. Waiting on orders. Waiting on reassignment.
Oh.
Well,
Hi there,
hello
Anton.
He says, the young folk are back. How are ya?
We have a story to tell you.
Oh, I'd love to hear a story.
Yeah, Morty, tell us the story.
A story? I do love stories.
Is Morty frozen?
No.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not
I
that
walked
good.
up to him and poked him.
This is who's gonna tell the story? Morty, are you gonna tell the story?
Why would I tell the story? I've got
Because Spit
amazing
just
story,
said you were gonna tell the story.
but I only look at him for my storytelling experiences. Remember, I believe in
Okay.
him all the time.
It's true.
I gave him guidance for his next check.
Okay. We went to a really magical place. Do you know of a place that I like sway side to side called, and I pow out my hands Green Hall. That's a word. That's the name, right?
Yes, Green Hall.
Green Hall.
He says, yes, of course.
We went to it.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
You went to Green Hall?
Yeah, we went to Green Hall. It's just over there.
It's like a couple. It's further than you think. How was everyone? What was it wonderful? Did you have a wonderful time?
When you say everyone, when
Yeah,
we
the
went
Emerald
there,
Blades.
No one happened to be home at the time. At least
Can I have a
in the main...
humana moment? Can I just humana to everyone really fast?
I
I'm like,
suppose
sure.
if you require a Humana
I'm-
moment, you're
I'm
all
sorry, can
welcome
we
to
just give-
Humana.
You know, I got a really quick thing. And I'm like, looking at everybody, he's like, is he okay? Like, is he Gucci? Like,
I mean, he might have just been here on his post this whole
Hey.
time.
Annex, you are muted.
Zoom muted.
I am muted. Yes. Have I met Anton? I don't think I've met Anton.
No,
No.
he's like a 60s. He's probably like a 70-year-old gate guard at this point.
I just want to reiterate that our first session, we got the hell out of town as fast as
It's true.
possible.
That's true.
So I haven't met anyone.
So Anton is a former and I guess current Emerald Blade.
He might be the only Emerald Blade that's alive.
Okay.
At least around here. Like the Emerald Blades have a presence in the glass in the shadow or
Yeah,
the
glass shorts. Yeah.
the glass shores, but at least in this region he might be the only one. He's about 70. And was assigned to patrol and guard Wind's Hollow and was never reassigned, so his position is still here.
Okay.
He might be, once again, the only person right now.
If you need a visual, kind of like a conceptual image, think of the wall.
No. I've got a
Okay.
perfect image.
I don't
in
want to
my
ruin
head
it
of
for
this
you
guy.
then.
Yeah, no, it's I'm enjoying this. No, yeah, I was hoping I would be able to pick up who Anton was through other context clues, but
Nope.
kind of forced my hand at this point. I was like, who are we talking to?
Are you done with the Humana? Whatever.
No, I'm not because I'm
He hasn't
still.
started the hummening.
I haven't barely started the humana.
I had my own
It's-
sub Humana moment.
I'm gonna look
Sub
at Spit and go, I don't think he understands what happened. What you're
I
about
think-
to tell him might shock him.
Tricks. The truth might shock him.
So should we just tell him to come with us at one? I mean, we promised Torque that we'd
No.
throw a party. We promised Torque we'd throw a party with
I
an
agree.
Emerald Blade.
I agree. I just don't know if we should hit him with a,
I want to
they're
make it
not
very
here.
clear that you unpromptedly promised Torg that you would throw a party with Emerald Blade. He did not ask you to do that. You made that decision.
Yeah.
But I thought it would make him feel better.
Well, that's not here or there.
Well, I mean, I think it's important. Do you
Well, maybe
still
we just
have...
like be like very like beat around the bush kind of style with this one.
We just tell
Yeah,
him
they
some
were
of the things.
gone.
Well, I just said nobody happened to be home. Didn't you catch that?
I did, but I just didn't know the route you were going down, and I want to make sure we were all on the same page before that. We throw this 70-year-old into a heart attack, and
Morty's got a lot of input in this storytelling moment for the guy who didn't want to tell the story. That's all I'm saying.
Well, because I thought it was a little more cautious than just right at the foot, like right there.
Look at me! Have I ever been cautious? I jumped off of the tower!
The whole
I go
reason
like-
that you're on this escapade is he wasn't cautious and stuff got broken.
It wasn't my fault.
All right, and Humana.
So, we did run into some folks there. Do you remember Torque and Pennyworth?
Of course I remember Torg Pennyworth.
Yeah, they were there, and they like are really excited to hear that we knew you. Actually,
I mean, why would they be so excited to hear that? It's...
good. Well, I mean, like we were able to name you by name, whereas like I think most
Sure,
people
I mean-
just know like the Emerald Blades.
But you told them that you came through Wind's Hollow. Of course you
From
know
Wind's
my
Hollow.
name. I'm the only Emerald Blade here.
It's true. So actually, while we were there, we found lots of really neat stuff.
Oh? What kind
Yeah.
of neat things?
So we found secret levers that led to this really interesting pet. And
Ah, yes! The illusory
Yeah.
trapped pit!
yeah,
Yes! That's how we
yeah.
deterred people from invading the Green
Oh,
Hall.
we were
It
were
works-
deterred for
it
a
works
while.
Very well.
Yeah.
Very well.
Yeah,
I'm
it
glad
works-
you
it
find
works-
that funny.
It works great.
Yeah, no, it's really good. We got a kick out of it after
It was
after
Dexter's
we learned.
idea.
No, I got a fall out of it.
Dexter,
I really
Dexter
took,
came
I
up.
really took the fall on that one.
Yeah, Dexter's a smart monkey. It's
Ah,
is that his name?
Dexter
Dexter?
the monkey.
yes, Dexter.
we knew
Dexter, the awakened monkey thief. Yeah,
Do you
Spider
want to
monkey.
see some of the sheep?
the sheep.
Oh, well, you mentioned the monkey, and then we ran into some sheep that mentioned that they were awakened by a monkey.
Oh, that
And
does
then-
seem like something Dexter would do.
Yeah, and then there were too many sheep. They were like, "We've got too many here," and so we took some sheep over here so that they
Oh.
can find a nice home here in Winter.
Are they also awakened?
No, not these ones. They
Oh.
weren't interested. Yeah, the awakened ones were very interested in kind of sticking to where they were.
Sure, that makes sense
Yeah.
as much as it could.
So yeah. Is there any message that you'd like us to take over to Green Hall? Because we actually ran into Roscoe, and he's like, "Oh, I think we asked if he'd like to send a message over to Pennyworth. You know, with them being kobolds and everything, and since we intend at some point to go back over to Green Hall, we'd love to be able to carry a message. If you want to send a message, go."
Of course, just one moment, and he
Yes.
goes into there's like a guard shack. It's like a nice sized guard shack, but it's clearly
Mhm.
his home.
Home.
And he goes into this shack, and about 2 minutes later, he comes out, and he's got like an armful of like 17 journals.
Oh.
And he says, this, and he just hands them to you, and you're just kind of juggling these journals. He goes, hold on,
Yeah.
there's more. And he goes back, and altogether, there's like 61 of these journals.
Oh.
And he says, I haven't had time to send my reports in. When you see them, if you would hand in my reports, that would be wonderful. They were supposed to be sending blades through to pick up reports, but clearly the routes got confused And people haven't been to Wind's Hollow in about since
years?
the big night. But it's important that these reports are filed
Mm-hmm.
because we want to make sure that the region can be as safe as possible.
Got it. Is there somebody in particular that you'd like us to make sure that these get in the hands of?
Well, I suppose if
Or is it just rank and file?
I suppose if Torg is the only one that's there currently, Torg and Pennyworth are the only ones that are there currently, that would be the person you'd have to hand them off to. I would...
Probably more Pennyworth than Torg. I think he's a little more organized. If these need
in
to be
terms of
organized
clerical
properly.
work, of course, definitely very, 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 yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose Artis probably is out, I don't know, saving the world somewhere. So probably too busy, and Dexter's up to no good somewhere, I'm sure. So
I'm sure. Yeah.
yeah, I suppose Torg or Pennyworth, either one.
Yeah. Yeah, we could definitely take care of that for you. Yeah.
Is he all there?
I was gonna ask, like, were you particularly good friends with Torg? Like, did you and he?
Oh no, I was not.
mesh?
I wasn't.
Oh.
I had a lot of respect for Torg, but I would never call myself friends. He was far too superior in the organization. I was very mid rank, as it were. I was an early member, but definitely not a founding member by any means. I wouldn't dream of, by comparison, I'm very.
But I mean, you've served your dues for a while.
Sure, but,
I mean,
I
clearly
don't-
there's records here.
I wouldn't dream of expecting that I had some sort of role in that way. I've never been awarded a blade, for instance. That would be a major insignia of promotion and rank. But that's not something that has ever happened for me. I mean, Wind's Hollow is a small outpost. It's important work, but it's
a
not
small outpost. I mean, look everything the light touches.
It's just,
And I turn over to the guys. I'm like, are you guys okay with me doing this? Are you ready? Should we do it?
Yeah, let's do it. Give it to him.
What? I mean, this is another thing, actually. It kind of interesting you mentioned that, because you paid your dues and you've been doing this for a while. I mean, look at all these reports and look at Wind's Hollow. Look at it. And when we were there, I think there's something that you should have. And I turned over to, it was Dimitri that picked it up, right?
Let me check. Probably yes.
Right?
Let's say sure.
Yeah. And when we were talking with Torg, particularly, again, mentioning you by name, he seemed pretty excited. Like, this is big news. And I think this might rightfully belong over to you. And I like Vanna White gesture over to Dimitri, and he like opens up this case. Tell him what's inside.
All right,
Dimitri.
so to be clear, are you opening up the case filled with gemstones or the case
No,
with
I
the
have
blade?
those. I
Okay.
have the gemstones.
Correct. No, Morty
like-
has the weird cursed
I was like,
gemstones.
One blade.
So you open the case and his eyes just well up, and he drops to his knees, and he starts like sobbing, like he says, "Oh, I've worked so hard for 15 years for the organization, and I knew it was coming, and I knew that it was just a matter of time. But this is,
Yeah.
I don't even know how to. This is. Thank you." And he takes the dagger and he kind of like holds it very close to himself. He says, I don't know how to repay you for delivering this. Torg sent this with you.
He said a lot of things with us.
Yes.
But also
Torg sent
this.
Yes.
He says, I'm I'm flabbergasted. I don't know. Do you know what this means? It means that I am a ranking member of the Emerald Blades. This is no small measure. This is...
I mean, you've done a lot for the organization, and we expressed how much you represent and stand for what the Emerald Blades were all about. And when we were talking with Pennyworth, he was expressing, if I recall correctly, he was expressing how important it is for us to be able to recognize and find individuals who can really uphold and build further on what the Emerald Blades have had. And we expressed ourselves and our relationship and knowledge of what you've been able to do and in protecting the town. We left out the part about, Baron.
The part about Baron.
Oh, remember when he got...
Oh, I mean,
yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
It's okay. I mean, we're all better for it now, but Pennyworth and Torg just felt positive about your presence and your participation, and this is what we think best represents that.
Well, I am moved and very pleased to hear this, and I promise when you see Torg, you let him know that I will conduct myself with the utmost professionalism as a ranking Emerald Blade. This is a very important moment to me.
Definitely. And if you, in your careful and dutiful oversight of this fine growing town, dare I say city, if you find other people of similar stature, like when you were first brought on, of similar character and value, keep them in mind, because you can potentially have that kind of significant impact that others have had on you in the past.
Oh gosh, it just... I get to pick who becomes Emerald Blades now.
I mean, I'm sure there will be a committee and whatnot.
I mean, yeah, but my opinion, it matters in that regard.
Yeah.
Question.
And I'm sure Torg will back you up on that too.
I mean, if he sent you with this dagger to give to me, that indicates that yes, he trusts my input and my perspective.
Yeah.
Wow. Yes.
Wow.
Morty. What do you need, Morty?
There's a couple things. First one. Does he acknowledge the fact that the Emerald Blades are gone?
No.
You have not indicated that they are gone?
But no, but his statements alone have been like, oh, I guess the routes got messed up. Like,
it seems
is he
like
under
he
full,
is,
he's like, oh, they're still well and good. Is that what we're kind of gathering from him?
Presumably things have shifted. Like, they are probably... You get the idea he understands they are not as good as they were. But you also get the idea that he is not under the impression that he is the only one left in...
This area.
Yeah. And maybe he isn't, right? You haven't explored...
Right, you don't know.
You don't know who else is around.
The other question is... What kind of monster did we just create?
We didn't create a monster. We instilled hope and
but what did we though? Because his 61-page report suggests
no. 61 journal report.
61 journal.
Yeah. My apologies.
And it's thanks, Tweak. And it's years of reports.
Mm-hmm. I guess from my understanding of his reactions here, I guess my question is he more obsessed with the organization or the stature within the organization and the organization itself? Because he's been a part of it for so long?
If you page through the journals, you notice that all but the last one, all of all of the journals are in pairs of 2, right? So there is like a journal of like. Oh no!
A Morty NX.
There is a journal of.
I will try to fix. I will have a stand-in really quick release here.
Hurry, spit! I can't stretch that far.
I know. I'm trying. There. And.
Nope.
I know. I'm working on that.
So there's one book that has like a list of entry and exit by day. And then like slowly it progresses to like by week. And then by month as like there are just not that many people coming in and out. And then the other book is like a detailed account of what is coming in and out and the potential threats. It looks like he takes the job very seriously. He's actively interested in like protecting Wind's Hollow. That's what he has been tasked to do. He enjoys that responsibility. But other than that, you can't really get a really great insight into like his motivations.
And so the books, they started off like super frequent, and then it was like once a month.
So the journal, like the journal entries are still like daily, but the where it would like be a page per day of people entering and leaving, it's slowly progressed to like a page per month instead.
Well, has it recently re-picked back up?
Yes. So you know, like notably, like, and that's why like the last journal does not have the last like in and out log doesn't have a journal associated with it because it looks like he just couldn't A, keep up, and B, just might have run out of journals, frankly. Like,
so do we have any books that we can kind of give him in response? Does anyone have a spare book? I think I have part of a book.
I'm not giving my book up.
Yeah, I don't want to give up my book either. We'll have them make parchment out of the sheep's wool or something like that. I don't know. We'll get him something as so he can take more notes going forward.
Okay. Yeah. Did you want to?
If we look through the journals themselves, is there any like, because there's the ins and outs almost. I know you said there was like some degree of like losing count. Were there any like names in there that like stood out to us?
Not really. I mean,
Or anything that like you're like, huh, Bluebeard, and you're like, that guy's not supposed to be here. Like kind of like one of those things. Like, is there anything that just seems off kilter, or there's like a name that keeps reappearing, but we don't know who that is?
I mean, there's not really. There's a couple of merchants that appear pretty regularly, like every few weeks. But I mean, there's lots of names that you don't know who is.
Yeah.
But like, you also don't spend a lot of time in town, frankly.
I'll ask him. Is there anybody that came into town recently that you just kind of felt uncomfortable about?
Oh no, I don't think so.
Okay.
Should I be concerned? Do you have a tip for me, as it were?
Oh, no. I'm just trying to make sure we're keeping the town safe, you know. Another pair of eyes, you know.
Oh, I appreciate the help.
Of course. But seems like you got it well under cover. Or under
I try,
under wraps.
you know, minus that whole Baron thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a while.
Yeah. And they used fake names, so there wasn't really a good way.
Yeah.
They use Glugleard.
Something, yeah.
I don't think there's anything else we need to discuss here, right?
No, I think we did the most important part.
Yeah. We certainly did.
So as you guys walk away from him, he like clips the scabbard for this like very ornate dagger on his like belt, and he starts to like wear his jacket in a way that like accentuates the fact that this dagger is on his belt. Like he's like his jacket is like behind his hip on the left side, and he's like kind of like moving in a way that like leans his hip out so it's like present more. Like he's just really he's really charged up about this like huge honor to him, right? Like you've really like done a thing here that has made a substantial impact in
Brian,
Anton's
what
life.
you've done here is you've reinforced the mental image that I had.
Yes.
The mental image that I had was the general from Pirates of Penzance who sings "I am the very model of a major whatever," that song. So like it's that even more now with his dagger.
I was slightly envisioning the wall guard from Stardust. But no, that's better.
Oh man.
So I guess now that we've kind of caught up with everyone, I guess we can head back to our house and figure out what we want to do for our next journey. Do we want to head south to the forest?
Oh, I thought we were going to check out the carnival.
I want to check
The
out the carnival.
The carnival said they would. Yeah, we can go check out the carnival, but we also, they said they wouldn't be ready for a little
they're still being
while.
built.
We want to know what's going on. I kind of wanted to snoop around a little bit.
Oh,
I
sure.
want to know
Enix
what
wants to make sure that the safety is up to
Yeah.
snuff.
I was going to
Absolutely,
say.
No more falling beams.
I want to understand the circumstances that led to Clyde being
Well,
killed.
Let's take all these journals back to the house first, and then
Well,
we can
yes,
go
that
to.
too.
Sure. Yeah, you
So
take the 61 journals back to your home.
This is like some Skyrim weight. This is like, what's
really-
holding me down? And you look at your books, you're like, son of a bitch. I got
Penny,
Why
where
do
it's
I
going to be
have-
like, I thought I asked you to take away
Yeah, stop
stuff.
taking-
Why do I have,
Eating
why do I have
stuff.
200 pounds, 110 pounds worth of books and 600 pounds worth of cheese wheels? What is happening? You get the
Stop
most
stealing
out of that from
everything.
cheese wheels.
Here, War Maiden, or whatever that, or Home Shield Guardian. Take all my crap.
Right.
Why am I carrying 61 books? Why don't you shut up?
Because I can sell them for gold. That's
Because
what
I have 7 homes and they all have bookshelves.
I need to fill the bookshelves.
It does not take long for you to unload your 61 books at your home,
Ah, thank goodness.
and you head off to the carnival.
Okay.
So,
they would have
as
looked at it. I'm just.
All right.
So I mean, as we approach the carnival and stuff, I'd like to kind of keep my alert up, because if carnivals are notorious for kind of being covers for thievery or underhandedness and whatnot, I want to like definitely be more observant, like really leaning on my observance to see, am I recognizing anything that could be more roguish or thieves' cant in nature in terms of signage or notes and things like that as we're going through.
Okay. There aren't a lot of signs up, right? Like they got they're like a day in. There is a sign up that says like warning, danger, tent, like large tents being erected. Enter this area at your own risk, kind of signs.
Hard hat only area.
Are they doing anything about the pole they dropped?
They're like tying it off again and trying to get it raised again. You see 2 elves and this like big, rumored to be half giant man, and he's kind of lifting. He's like lifting this giant caber up, mostly on his own, as the half elves kind of like tie off and are holding ropes in place to get it upright. And as you like are entering the carnival area, you notice that there's a dire weasel in the distance that is being ridden by a goblin as he's trotting into camp. And that is where we will pick up next time on In the Red. Thanks everyone for hanging out with us tonight. hopefully y'all had a good time. It was a little bit of a quickly thrown together thing for me. I was out of town until an hour beforehand. So that was this week's In the Red. You can check us out on Patreon, where for $3 a month you can give these folks a penny every month. For $15 a month you can create your own Fae Spirit. Ignore the things that it says on the Patreon right now because I haven't updated them, but you can create your own Fae Spirit in the ilk of Big Mar, the Fae Spirit of Drunken Revelry, and you can have a greater impact in the game overall by doing things like giving them expensive spices and Big Mar healing potions.
And have me go off on a totally unnecessary tangent. Wondering where.
I am real excited for y'all to start Fae Spirits to confuse Enix.
I will go down. I will chase every single one of those.
Chase every lead.
My next thing I want to do is put something next to Big Mar. And we're just like, oh yeah, it's been here the whole time. And he's like, no, it hasn't.
I know that it has. I know.
It has not been here. Like, are you sure?
The spice rack is new. It has appeared recently.
No, I just like the idea of we just keep on adding things, and like the three small people are like, yeah, it's fine. It's not on the eye level of us. We don't acknowledge it.
Mm-hmm.
You mean it appeared recently, like in the game we've been playing, or you're saying it just showed up in this?
It was not there before you left.
Since we last been here, it's not been
to
there.
Go to Goldhome. It has appeared. Between the time that you left for Goldhome and now. I am
determined to pull significance out of this thing that you meant as a throwaway.
It's not a throwaway.
It is not a throwaway. The way it works is the longer you subscribe at the $15 tier, the more impact your Fae Spirit has in the game. So he has been subscribed at that tier for a substantial amount of time, and therefore the impact of his donation has increased the potency of his Fae Spirit. So that's how it is working. So now, in addition to healing potions every month, you have very expensive herbs that can be used on various food products at your dining establishment. That's, how it starts, I guess. And as an example, that's the kind of thing that can happen. Check us out on Patreon. I did that one. Check us out on Facebook, YouTube. We have started recording videos for our Handy DM series again for season 3 and 4 of Adventures League. Those will be up when we finish shooting and editing those videos. We'll start loading them up week to week. They will appear on the Patreon first. So they'll be Patreon priority, and then they'll get shifted to the YouTube. I'll have to double check what the Patreon currently says on that, because I don't want to just up and change everything if people were expecting that was a thing. So I will let you folks know next week what that looks like. Other than that, find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Check out FuzzyLogicEscapeRoom.com, where you can book your corporate events. You can book your single group escape room encounters that have a substantial ample time between to thoroughly cleanse, clean, and sanitize all of the elements. You can book your virtual escape room encounters, where you can make one of Jason's noble employees walk you through with a webcam. I assume it's a webcam or a phone, something. You can do the digital puzzle boxes. There are digital-only escape rooms that can be done through FuzzyLogicEscapeRoom.com. It is, in fact, Witchcraft Tech. Yes, Wolf Tweak. If you run an event, they are beginning to play with the notion of going to events that are not very soon. So if you want an escape room or a puzzle box at a convention of some sort, you can contact them, and maybe they will be agreeable to it if it seems like a relatively safe event, and it seems like you guys are taking serious precautions.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to speak too much for them, but like that seems to be what they're looking for. Other than that, I hope everyone has a good week. Until next time. Oh, buy coffee. Also, you could do that. InitiativeCoffeeCo.com. That's, the business that runs this stream. That should have probably been first. Buy coffee at InitiativeCoffeeCo.com. There are 2 benefit roasts up. There is still some of the Snickety Six left for Rise Above the Disorder. There is a large supply of Midida left. We roast to order, but we only order enough labels for a limited run. So when we run out of the labels for the bags, we run out of the roast. If you're a streamer and you're interested in talking about a benefit roast, reach out here or at initiativecoffeecompany@gmail.com. Other than that, or initiativecoffeeco@gmail.com. Other than that, we will see you all next week. Have fun, play safe, wear a mask, and then as always, until the next time, roll together.